Have you ever wondered if living on an island paradise means you have to have deep pockets? I'm Gina Ursini, and today we're chatting about Longboat Key, Florida. Is it only for the ultra wealthy? Or could someone with a moderate income actually live here without breaking the bank? Let's walk through who lives here, what it costs, what people love, and ways in which Longboat Key, Florida is both exclusive and maybe more accessible than you think. First, let's go over some basic demographics in Longboat Key, Florida. Our population is small, and this is according to USA data. Only about 7,500 people call Longboat Key home, but that number increases to about 20,000 during the winter months. The median age here is around 71 years old. So yes, historically, this island has been a haven for retirees, especially seasonal ones escaping those colder climates. But that is starting to shift. We're beginning to see younger, more professional families and even remote workers move in. They're drawn to our peaceful lifestyle, proximity to Sarasota, and our alluring beachside living. According to Data USA, the median household income on Longboat Key is around $143,000. While that number might sound intimidating, there are actually condos and properties here that aren't just for people in this income bracket. I think you're going to be surprised at what is possible. We'll get into that in just a bit. So, what attracts people to Longboat Key? First, they come for the beauty and our tranquility. We have beautiful, soft white sand beaches, turquoise waters, Gulf and bay views, and gorgeous sunsets. So if you value peace, calm, being near the water, Longboat Key is really hard to beat. Then there's the lifestyle of relaxation. Here we have golf, boating, fishing, casual and upscale dining, and that unmistakable small town feel. Another draw is the seasonal appeal. Winter weather acts like a magnet for folks from colder states. Many live somewhere else most of the year and escape up north in the summer, but they love to spend the winter months here. People start returning in October, and by January, most everyone is back here. And with that, though, we have a lot of traffic, and restaurants require advanced reservations. Finally, it's about privacy and exclusivity. Longboat Key is quiet, its beaches are uncrowded, and it has that laid-back coastal charm that is hard to find. If you're someone who values peace, privacy, and stunning natural surroundings over late nights and loud crowds, then Longboat Key is going to check a lot of your boxes. Now, if you're big on nightlife or live music, you might find the island a little too calm. But the good news is downtown Sarasota and Bradenton Beach are just a short drive away. So if you like a little of both, you can still enjoy the buzz and you can come home to the quiet. So that's a glimpse of what life feels like here on Longboat Key. But of course, one of the biggest questions I know you're waiting to hear on is, what does housing costs look like? Let's break down some numbers. The median home price for single-family homes is around $1.64 million, and for condos, it averages closer to $1 million. I know that sounds like a lot, but hang on, before you write Longboat Key off as only for millionaires, you should know that there are some surprisingly affordable areas of the island, especially if you know where to look. Longboat Key definitely has its share of ultra-luxury homes. Think beachfront estates, custom waterfront builds, and brand new construction. Many of these high-end listings start at around $16 million and up. But here's the thing, there are plenty of options at other price points. For example, newer construction homes along the canals that lead to Sarasota Bay can often start in the $4 to $6 million range, depending on the location on the island and the canal. But older homes, non-waterfront, single-family homes, depending on their age, condition, and location, can still be found closer to the $1 million range. In the community of Long Beach Village on the north end of Longboat Key, I am seeing some flood-affected single-family homes selling in the $500,000 range. And then there are condos. Condos provide more entry points for Longboat Key buyers. Older units on the bayfront or with fewer amenities can start in the $400,000 to $600,000 range, but some can be acquired for even less. For example, there are freestanding condos that were built in the 1960s in a 55-plus community called Spanish Main, which are selling in the low $300,000s. Keep in mind, these were damaged in Hurricane Helene, so at this price point, it needs renovations. And on top of the $300,000, there are condo fees, which in this case are around $1,000 per month. It is worth noting that although these buildings date back to the 1960s, this was the first time they had ever experienced damage from Mother Nature. Condos with amazing water views, high-end finishes, full amenities like a pool, a concierge, etc., can cost as much as a small home. They can range from $1 million to up to $21 million, which is what one sold for in 2025 in the new St. Regis residence at the south end of Longboat Key. So this gives you a general idea of how condos on Longboat Key can fit a range of lifestyles, from budget conscious to ultra luxury resort living. But I can tell you this, no matter where you live on the island, you are surrounded by its natural beauty. So, to answer the question, do you need to be wealthy to live on Longboat Key? Wealthy is relative, and if you think in terms of the US average, then yes, Longboat Key is well above the average. But you don't necessarily need to be millionaire status. If you're a retiree with a decent savings or someone who can afford $1 million home or a good condo, then Longboat Key is feasible. Keep in mind, though, that beyond the purchase price, there are additional costs to consider. There are property taxes. Property taxes typically range about 1.5% of the purchase price, though residents who live here for 6 months or more may qualify for a homestead exemption, which can lower that amount. Longboat Key is only 1 mile wide and surrounded by water on both sides. So that means all of Longboat Key requires flood insurance. In condos, this is tied into your condo fees. You're also going to want to factor in property insurance, which has been trending higher in coastal communities like ours. If you're thinking about moving to Longboat Key, drop a comment about what is most important to you. Is it price, view, amenities, the serenity? And if you want to see some options on Longboat Key, I am happy to pull together suggestions for different budgets so you can see what fits you. And if you like this kind of island lifestyle breakdown, please hit that subscribe button for more Longboat Key highlights.